And remember, we have to read the comments on the screen.
I'll put it there.
Because my phone is needing to be charged.
And, where's the thing? There it is.
It takes a minute.
I'm trying to remember where the...
And you copied and pasted?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sleep something. I'm waiting for the... Do I have to hit that?
No.
Where's that? Go live.
It's usually the top right. Oh no, it says we're live now.
Yeah, but you had. I thought I had to hit something. They changed that too.
It looks like.
Can you hear us?
Check the other screen to see if we're muted and stuff.
We're not. We're not. We're unmuted here. That's why I'm saying. Can you hear us and see us out there?
Hey guys, if you can hear us
they
and
said
see
loud
us,
and clear.
okay. Oh wow, so we are live.
Usually
there's like a thing there's like a button that pops up that will tell you like when you can click live.
Right, on our program we use, not to say what it is. It's a program that we use. You hit start streaming, and then you have to on YouTube hit the button that says go ahead and start streaming.
Yeah, I think
it's like a two-part process.
The button changed or something.
Now, how did that thing get that far over?
I
thought I moved it. I moved it the wrong way then. Okay.
Oh, the camera?
Yeah, the camera. I mean, because I'm completely cut off.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you didn't notice.
Well, no, I'm trying to make sure we can see the chat as well, Grimm.
We will. Give me a second. I gotta get.
We're just making some adjustments, guys.
Oh boy, I really have to move it way over. That's crazy, huh? Look how far I'm going over with this. Maybe if I tilt it a little bit this way, maybe that'll be.
Was it moved?
Yeah, I moved it. I thought it's all mirrored sort of backwards, so I got kind of confused. That's much better. Okay.
That'll do.
I was completely cut off. Can't have that. All right, chat. Boom.
Hey guys, so this is episode 27.
That's right.
Of the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangover.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm Janet Decay the Mummy.
And I'm Grimm Gorri the Monkey, obviously.
And we host the Mummy and the Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout on our Facebook fan page, The Mummy and the Monkey. We also have a playlist on our YouTube channel here called Monster Hustle that has behind the scenes videos and videos about eBay selling and scavenging, like looking for hidden treasures and dumpsters and yard sales and things like that.
That's right. So you can check all that out at your leisure and just sort of binge all the Mummy Monkey and reselling videos that we have as our reseller personas. All you want here on YouTube. And so good times. Episode 27. We just did our 93rd episode on Facebook.
Yeah, 93. So we're 7 away from 100 live streaming episodes on Facebook.
Yes, and we also we also celebrated Earl, our Crypt Kitten Earl's second birthday today.
Yes, it's our Crypt Kitten's second birthday, and the movie that we played was Destroy All Planets, featuring Gamera.
The Flying Turtle. That's what I used to call him as a kid.
Well,
Gamera the Flying Turtle. Yeah.
He's cute.
Hey y'all, there's Albert. Hey, what's up, Al? Spider Drag. Hey, gang.
Late Horror Show. Hey there,
Dino. Hey.
I see Frank, Bobby, Richard, Gary Smith. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So we thought we'd talk maybe some TV memorabilia, some classic TV stuff, and a little bit about Dick Goddard, since he did pass away recently, and he was a Cleveland icon, a Cleveland TV legend.
That's right. So I'm going to go to the stills now, and we're probably going to have something there like that. That's good. I can show that like that. And drop in, for lack of a better term, a photo of Dick Goddard himself. There it is.
So, yeah, he was a weatherman on Channel 8 for over 50 years. And he was also an artist, an animal rights advocate. He also starred in horror-hosted skits done by Big Chuck and Little John. And he would play different characters. In one skit, he was a scientist. Just whatever character they needed. He played
in lots of skits. And
yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that. But I think we have that woolly bear that's in this picture somewhere. Because we'll talk about that. So
yeah, we might have that one.
Last fall, he was still obviously with us then. Mm-hmm. But he moved to Florida. And, to sort of, live his, last years down in where a lot of people go. To, kind of just ride it out in Florida because the weather's nice there and because it gets pretty brutal here. And who would know better about weather than Dick Goddard himself?
Exactly. Right? Well, and his daughter is down there too. So.
Yeah. So, but he spent his last years there. So they did. There was an estate sale at his house here in Medina. It's a suburb, I guess.
Suburb of Cleveland.
Of Cleveland. and they had an estate sale. We went there and we bought quite a few things. And it's interesting because go ahead.
We went there a couple times, and
Yeah.
they had the sale I think 3 or 4 times. We went like twice, I think, and
we managed to get our hands on some interesting stuff, and it was all in the intent of creating some sort of like a museum, if you'd like, a virtual. It might be a virtual one, might be a physical one day, but
yeah.
we were planning on taking this stuff around to the conventions when we were doing those.
Yeah, originally we were talking with the convention promoters of Ghoulardi Fest,
Yes.
and asking if we could have some extra space to display some of the memorabilia we've acquired from like Superhost and Dick Goddard, the Ghoul stuff.
Big Chuck and Little John.
Big Chuck and Little John. Any TV memorabilia that we had from our collection, we wanted to just make a nice display and have it out there for the fans to see in person.
It's almost like with Jim Szymanski. He's another person that was affiliated with the Big Chuck and Little John show back in the day. What he does at his table, he has a bunch of stuff too from those shows.
Oh yeah,
Mostly
yeah.
just the
They were going to
Houlihan and
set
Big
it up
Chuck.
next to his table.
Yeah, his stuff is mostly Big Chuck and Little John, Houlihan and Big Chuck centric. And we have a lot of this other stuff, that some other newscasters, personalities involved with those shows or whatnot. What do we get our hands on? Ghoul stuff. We have a lot of Ghoul stuff from the Ghoul show. But anyway, and I found that Ghoulardi, that I'd be afraid to bring out. But
no, you couldn't. That's the holy grail of the collection.
I really can't believe I found one of those things at a flea market of all places. But there you go. Anyway, another story for another time.
Can we go to so we could see the screen?
Sorry.
Yeah, just so we could check, because I think there's a lot of people commenting now.
We picked a few things up to show tonight to talk about Mr. Goddard and his life and times here in Cleveland, Ohio. A weatherman in Cleveland for over 50 years.
Over 50 years,
wow.
Yeah, and I think it was 10 years ago, I could be wrong, maybe 5 years ago, he did help get a law passed.
Oh, yes.
So that way, if there's anyone in Ohio abusing animals, it's, I think it was
a felony.
Yeah. And they were calling it Goddard's Law.
Yeah.
In honor of Dick Goddard.
So he accomplished quite a bit during his lifetime. And on top of all that, he was the go-to guy. They used to say, trust in Goddard for the weather.
Yes.
So that was kind of a fun catch. I have one of those shirts somewhere, Trust in Goddard shirts.
Metal
T-shirts.
straws are the new trend. Oh, are they? See, we have a handful of metal straws.
Yeah, are you using one tonight?
And I'm using one because I like that they're washable and.
See, I'm weird. I like straw. I use straws a lot.
And I like the clangy noise.
I don't like that. And when I even though I bought those straws, and there's a special straw brush you have to clean it out with too, a little steel brush. But I use regular straws a lot, and one of my habits is kind of chomping on them.
Oh, you like to chew on the plastic straw?
Not chew that hard, but I'll like
chomp on them.
So when I have one of those in there, sometimes I forget.
That would hurt your teeth.
I'm like,
ouch.
So, but I do like them. They're interesting, but just for some things. Anyway.
Let's check
Goddard's Law, yes.
Hello from Arkansas. Hello, Jonathan from Arkansas.
Zag Zagula. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Zag?
Zag, what a name.
Like that name. Anyway, and we found out some interesting. So they did after Mr. Goddard passed away earlier this week. They did like a special, an hour-long special on Channel 8.
Yeah,
Fox 8.
Channel 8 in Cleveland, Ohio put together a nice hour-long special that may or may not be on YouTube. I don't know if a fan recorded it and put it online, or Fox 8 put it online.
We tried to scramble it. I found out I have no way to record things live off television. I don't have that set up.
No, we didn't know the special was going on until a friend called us like 15 minutes before. We're like, oh, I didn't know they were doing that. Because I think earlier that day they played like a 10-minute thing about, his
yeah, Jeffrey Arnett says he watched a Big Chuck and Little John show that had a Dick Goddard night. It's on the Big Chuck and Little John Roku channel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll be watching that tomorrow night, I think.
To put that on
Yeah,
there.
I think I want to get some pizza and check that out. Maybe tomorrow or Sunday night we can watch that. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But, I learned something from that special I didn't know. I guess news anchors were not allowed to be on the night show, on the Big Chuck and Little John's Friday night show. Or even on the Houlihan show, and Big Chuck show before that. I guess news anchors, it was a no-no to be on, acting their skits. I guess the contracts were kind of different or something. We got a super chat.
Oh, thank you, 80s horror fan.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
A $5 super chat. Is your brick and mortar store still open? Also, Dino said hey.
Well, the brick and mortar is no more.
The brick and mortar store I did close.
The brick and mortar is no mortar.
This year, but it was closed off to the public like last fall. I was starting to clean the store out, and I was selling stuff cheap, giving stuff away, storing some of the more collectible things to put online later. But yeah, I did a whole like 45-minute video.
On YouTube.
And it's on YouTube here on this channel under Monster Hustle, that playlist, on opening the store, running the store, why I closed it. And yeah, I loved it. I loved seeing the regular people and the friends stopping in. But yeah, after the lease ended, I decided not to keep it going.
Yeah, and Connie Clear, it's the winner from tonight. One of the winners from tonight's
oh, she's
prize
our
giveaway.
Winner. Yeah.
Now, there's something serious there. Noah says that his uncle passed away. And he wants to get a shout-out. There's a shout-out to you, Noah.
Shout-out to Noah, and we're sorry to hear about your uncle.
Our deepest condolences,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, we're sorry.
Yeah, but then thanks for watching tonight, and
yeah, well, you know.
We're sorry, yeah.
Yeah. Our thoughts go out to you and your family. We hope, you know.
What is all that? James Matthew.
Oh.
What is all that?
Hide that one, because yeah, I would say click hide on that comment, just to protect that person's privacy.
Yeah, I don't know, but I took a screen cap so we could have that.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so we'll hide that, and it's not. Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, you don't have. Oh my goodness.
What is going on there?
Whoa.
Seriously, dude? Really?
Dude.
Wow. Thank you, Zag.
Thank you.
I've never seen anybody get a super chat like that before. Wow.
Thank you. It's much appreciated. It's not necessary, but thank you so much.
We're looking at maybe donating it to an animal shelter or something.
We should do something like that.
We've been talking about that because
yeah, because you know, all these other hosts were involved with animals and charities, and well, we love our crypt kitties. We love
You're going to have to explain
that.
That sounds a little weird.
Our furry friends?
Yeah, you said a lot of hosts were involved with animals.
No, with animal charities,
what?
with helping pets, helping cats and dogs, and helping animals.
Right. I'm just
animal
trying to make a
rights
joke.
And things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to get kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, I could buy a lot of bananas with that $50. You got to know.
Well, and Grimm, I think I got you from the animal shelter.
Oh, no, you didn't.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you didn't. But you did have me fixed, though. So.
Yeah, we did get him neutered.
Hey, you know, should we show the Earl bit? I have to mute it because I used Facebook music, you know, that you can use. I don't know if that'll go over on YouTube, but I can mute.
Maybe towards the end we could show
we could show a little birthday thing for Earl. That's a good idea.
Yeah, towards the end we could do that. So, I wanted to show, so another thing that Dick Goddard did in his career, there's a huge festival and parade that goes on every year in Vermilion, Ohio.
Yes.
Called the Woolly Bear Festival. And if you don't know what a woolly bear is, it's like this cute fuzzy caterpillar.
Yeah.
And the stripes on the woolly bear will determine how harsh or how mild your winter will be.
It's like a Puxatawny Phil
kind of like, the groundhog.
Yeah, so this is one of the plush, woolly bears we got from his estate. We got a bunch of stuff, but this is one of the things. That's what this is.
So that's a vintage woolly bear.
He's missing an eye.
That looks like he was handmade.
Oh yeah, somebody might have just made this for Mr. Goddard, and it's got a wire armature in there. I can feel it. It's bendy. Way!
Whoa!
What is he? He's giving all his money away.
Connie! Wow!
What?
Get a good meal at Cleveland Chops, LOL. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, I've heard of that place. That sounds good.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thank
Jeez,
you. Wow.
It is much appreciated, but not necessary at all.
That's very sweet.
You guys are too sweet.
So let's show another thing we got from the Dick Goddard estate sale.
Okay, so this was from Dick Goddard's estate. It's a Woolly Bear Junction sign.
Look how cool that is.
From Woolly Bear Fest.
Yeah, it must have been used as a. It's mounted on foam core. They probably had it over like a booth or something. Mm-hmm. And this, I like to find some pictures. There's got to be some photographs.
Art. He drew all that.
Yeah, that's actually some of Dick Goddard's actual artwork that he drew and they used for this. And then another a cool thing that I think was neat. I should go run upstairs and get that thing.
You could go run upstairs and get that. And then,
let me go grab that. You can talk about something.
I could go talk about something.
Yeah.
But there's other things that we have too that we were thinking of sharing next week for episode 94. We also Grimm Gorri, he dressed up as a human and he did interview Dick Goddard. I want to say maybe 6 years ago for when we were helping with the show The Daughter of the Ghoul before we were even the Mummy and the Monkey doing our thing here. So we do have an interview with Dick Goddard that we can play for episode 94 for next week's show on Facebook. And I'm going to check the comments here. Love the Woolly Bears. Went to the fest when I was a kiddo, says Audrey. Awesome.
Where's this artwork at?
The artwork is back there, but I thought maybe some of that we could show next week.
Okay.
Unless
Good
if you
idea.
wanted to show it now.
We'll show a piece of it, not all.
You could show one of them, yeah. But yeah, we, ideally I would love to have my own, like, museum for all of this stuff. And, have it so the fans can visit and see the stuff in person.
Can I put this on without messing my hair?
It might smush the hair.
Anyway, smush
I can wear it.
Yeah, there you go. Check that out. That's a lot of foam. That might have been something Dick wore, I think.
It's a Woolly Bear hat.
Pretty neat, huh? It's a foam hat.
Ah, there we go.
Looks cute on you. Everything looks good on you. And off. All right.
And then what you got there?
Some of Dick's drawings. Look at that. That's almost like a Frankenstein creature he drew. And I think they use these. These are probably from the 60s.
Yeah, those look 60s. And he was actually, Disney wanted to hire him as an artist. But at the same time, he was offered a job as a weatherman. And he took the TV job instead of the artist job with Disney.
How great would it be to find some, if there's any tape of these those news casts that where you could see where he used these. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I wonder if there's any
that
of
would
that
be
exists.
cool.
Any old newscasts from the 60s. But yeah, these are boards. These are big enough that they probably had on an easel, and the camera would go in on them. Mm-hmm. And he would use these like probably to show like for golfing that day or that weekend.
Well, back before everything was computerized, yeah, they would have old school posters and drawings and
but these
everything was analog and
we have a
handmade.
portfolio full of these things. This is a good get. We spent quite a bit of money there, but I think it was worth it because this is all history. We're not selling this stuff. It's going to go...
we want to keep the memories going for, the history of it because a lot of us are fans of that stuff and grew up watching these people on TV, and it's legendary.
Now, see, I gravitated towards, since Dick was an artist, towards some of the art stuff that was laying around that nobody really cared about. They probably didn't know what the stuff was and didn't care, didn't think about it. But
so what's that?
This is an old, like a brush holder, and it has a little basin here for water, and you'll clean your brush out with it. And you put the brush in here, and it would hold the brush. It would, so the bristles were up here, and they would dry. So it's an old-fashioned one. It's pretty cool. It's got paint on it, and you can actually see this little thing, this little doodad, in a photograph that was posted that's going around the internet of Dick standing there with his overalls on, which we didn't buy. We were offered those. The guy wanted $100 for them, but they have.
I think at the time our funds were getting depleted.
We could have bought it, but there was just so much. We already have all this stuff.
Yeah, and it's like at that point, it's like we can't have everything.
Plus, the thing I'll show last here is what I really wanted, and we did spend a lot. I spent a lot of money on.
Yeah, well, that one you did, yeah.
This was cool, and I actually have the guy wanted to get rid of that was doing a sale. Wanted to get rid of all this. I mean, he had boxes of like notebooks and sketchbooks, I should say, and art supplies, markers, crayons, pastels. Look, I bought all that. I mean, I just said, yeah, give me all that stuff. We put in a big pile, and we just bought all that stuff. Because to me, I'll use this stuff. I've been using some of the stuff in my own for my own freelance artwork and stuff for the show too. So it's kind of neat that we're integrating some of Dick Goddard's stuff into our show without even saying that we're doing it. We're just using it. That would be cool. A petition. See, it's picking up his name and it's saying they think it's a bad word.
Oh, yeah, they flag it as that.
Yeah, okay. It's a capital, they capitalize it.
Let's see. Should have those frames.
Yeah,
says
there's
Tony.
a lot to frame.
There's a lot to frame. And yeah, we are on the lookout for poster frames for some of those.
Someone said you're wearing a roach clip tonight.
A roach clip. Oh no, this is a King Tut like little jewel thing.
King what?
King Tut.
Oh.
King Tut. Jeez, Grim. And then these are just little jewelry things, and then I've got my rings, my little bracelet there.
Albert says, "What is our favorite item that we picked up?" Okay, so my favorite item. This is probably one of my favorite personal items because he used this.
And just think how many times he used that to make all those.
To make stuff.
Make all that cool art.
Those are done with like marker.
Well, that's marker, but the ones that he painted.
But he would paint weather stuff. I've seen that. You could see him standing in front of a board and he's like painting. And this is on a little stool next to him that he uses, obviously to clean the brushes out and store them. Something like that's pretty neat to me. And I've got another sort of brush caddy, holder that has some of his brushes in it that he used.
Yeah, you have a couple bins of the art supplies.
Well, yeah. So some of the stuff is old and some
like
of it's
markers,
more newer.
pens,
But then, and all that's
yeah,
newer stuff.
pencils.
Some of his sketches and stuff are still in the notebooks, and there's a bunch of other stuff we got, photographs and things like that are pretty neat. But here, do you want me to show? Should I just show this?
Yeah,
now?
why don't you show that?
This we bought after we found out about the sale. Actually, the way we found out about the sale, I think, was another
Was it another Facebook friend that shared it?
An Ohio guy shared a video. We were watching a video. And no idea.
It was another YouTuber.
Another YouTuber that does, an Ohio YouTuber that does, reselling and buys storage lockers and stuff. His name is big enough around here that I guess the guy holding the sale either got a hold of him or they got wind that this estate sale or this early pick was going on.
Yeah.
And he and some friends, they went in there and they bought a bunch of stuff. And this is one of the things that they picked up. And as we were watching the video, I'm like, who are they talking about? And then it dawned on me, what they got.
What the sale
Once
was,
I saw that, you couldn't tell, but when they were going through their haul of stuff that they had, a lot of it was generic. Until it got to, Dick's name on some stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That's Dick Goddard's estate sale. And so we looked it up and we found out that they were doing it officially. That's when we went. But we missed this because these guys got an early pick.
Well, they were able to, I guess they contacted the guy running the sale and they set up an appointment to go in beforehand.
So if you don't know, Dick Goddard has been on the air for 50 years. And he started at a place called KYW.
Which is now WKYC Channel 3 in Cleveland.
He was a weatherman there, and he actually didn't go to WJW till a little later in the mid-'60s. There's a whole story you can read about. But this is a shirt, and he played sports a lot. He was on the sports teams, and before he was...
Should I hold that up for you?
Before he was with, TV8, he was on... This is his... baseball jersey or shirt that he would wear when he played for KYC.
It's back in the day,
or WKYW. Yeah, that's Dick's old shirt. Now that's a cool thing. This is before he joined this next team that was infamous, raised a lot of money for charities. It's the only. Here you go, Albert. Here's your answer to your question. It's his Ghoulardi All-Stars uniform. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah. Now the sad thing about this is that 8 patch you see right there, before there was a Ghoulardi patch on there, that famous, where is that? We look at Ghoulardi thing up here somewhere? It's behind there, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's okay.
But it had that Ghoulardi head, that iconic Ghoulardi head. So it was a patch.
They replaced it after Ghoulardi left with a generic patch, but they still called it Ghoulardi All-Stars.
Because the name had because Channel 8 owned the name, don't forget.
Oh, that's right.
He owned the character. That's why when Ghoulardi would go out in public and he would do autographs, he left the H.
He would take the H out.
He would spell it with the Ghoulardi without an H.
Yeah, and that's your autograph. It has no H.
Ghoulardi without an H, so it's definitely his.
You want me to hold that up?
Yeah, that's fine. And we got the pants too. This cost me.
This is from the 60s, guys.
And there's a photograph of Dick wearing this uniform.
And then on the arm there.
Yeah. There's a photograph of Dick wearing this uniform, and he's right next to Ernie Anderson, Ghoulardi. It's really neat.
So cool.
So the thing, if this uniform could talk, I mean, I can't even imagine what they would... Oh, Dino, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Dino.
For Richard Goddard. And he spelled it like that so it doesn't get flagged.
So it doesn't get flagged.
He got wise. That's right. I don't know. That's kind of weird. But yeah, that's part of the algorithm. But this, Albert, and everybody out there, is our famous, cherished thing, is the Ghoulardi All-Star. So I paid up for this. I really did.
But we don't normally buy ourselves things.
You're not
especially something like that.
I mean, if nothing else, it is a good little investment. But I guess once people, if they ever forget who Ghoulardi was, this will mean nothing one day to some. But it'll always mean something to us. That's why. That's why we got it.
And we have to keep the memories. And,
so so that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it's.
We're hardcore here. We don't play.
So yeah, that's part of it, and we could show some more next week. But if you guys want to share TV memories, or if you live in a different city entirely, maybe you grew up with a different favorite weatherman or movie host. So yeah, feel free to share it. We love hearing about other cities too, who is popular out there. What you guys watched on TV in other places.
So yes, in Cleveland, I guess it's 80s horror fan again.
Oh wow, thank you.
On a roll tonight.
Wow, guys, thank you.
Wow, that's very, very sweet.
And Dino and Ted, we are putting together your scare package. We found some T-shirts, and we're gonna throw in.
We have a couple we have to put together. We have to do a scare package night.
Yeah, we need to do some scare packages.
Maybe this Sunday. Let's put together
friends.
Scare packages.
Yeah.
I'm down. All right, cool.
So we didn't forget you guys.
No, never. Yeah. So it was interesting because the thing about Dick Goddard too, he had all these guys, I guess, and gals on the news. A lot of them, I think some of them are just sort of you see him, okay. But he had a really unique look about him. He was very, to me, like a leprechaun or something. He had like that little sort of like pointy nose, and he was kind of. But his voice was that sort of Dick Goddard here with the voice.
That great announcer voice.
That's right. Yeah. It's going to be sunny today. It had this very interesting sound. I can't really imitate him that good, but he was. Very interesting fella,
But
he had a unique look to him.
Northeast Ohio definitely will miss him, and the fans, he will be missed. And
well, Richard Taylor, we never will forget Superhost. That was another amazing thing that happened last year for us.
Yeah, and
we were granted an interview with him.
Should I get that box? It's right over there.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
you talk it up. That. I'll go get that.
Wow, Spider Drag, $2. Thank you, man. You didn't want to be left out. You guys, thank you so much for the super chats. We'll see if we can put that stuff to good use. We've seen we watched some other YouTubers, and when they get super chatted, some of them say they're going to donate it to charity. So I think that's a good idea. Keep paying it forward. Now, any plans for at 100? Have you picked your movie yet? We have an interesting idea about that.
Yeah, so
we'll talk about that right here.
Yeah, we could talk about that, and then we could show this.
Oh yeah.
I'll set this down for now.
And there's the Dick, and someone's like eyeballing everything we got in the set. That's cool. And there's Ghoulardi right next to Dick.
Yeah, Ghoulardi and Dick Goddard.
Yeah, we got this there too.
With froggies.
Dick Goddard bobblehead. He's holding a cat and a dog.
Aww. And he's got a woolly bear on his back.
Yeah, he does. All right, let's see. I've got a woolly bear on my front too.
So what we were talking about? Oh, movies. So for the 100th episode, we were thinking of having like a vote where we'll pick 2 movies and you guys can vote. That way you have a say-so in which movie you want to see.
Now, here's the twist, though. The movies that you'll choose from, the 2 movies, we already did show them, but they didn't have sound effects. I didn't Grimm Gorri eyes them.
Because the movies were so awesome on their own that we didn't think the sound effects were necessary. Right. But I think it would be cool to see both of these movies with Grimm's special effects.
Now, see, I'm gonna have to click the show or hide because everyone's saying the word, saying Dick Goddard, and the algorithm thinks it's a bad word. It's like, stop. Just say Mr. Goddard, please.
It's a real name, guys.
If you want your comment to be seen on this, then just say
type out Richard.
Yeah, Richard or Mr. G. But Lofty Moose says, "Hi, Mama Monkey." They heard you come
I don't think she heard you.
They heard you come
She walked by.
So when that happens, just let it go down because it's funny.
Oh, 2 people recognized Mama Monkey.
Now you drug out this stuff. Speaking of Superhost, Marty Sullivan. Yeah,
Superhost. So we were writing to Superhost earlier, I think over the winter time.
Yeah.
Earlier this year.
Marty. We called him.
This was maybe like a month or so right before.
Passed,
yeah, he wrote us a letter. And we did buy capes off of him. So these are Superhost's capes and he was a movie host on Channel 43 WUAB in Cleveland, Ohio.
Frank Holt, $7 super chat. That's
wow! Thank you, Frank.
That's cool.
So
he sent these capes. He goes, these are capes that I didn't wear all the time. They just like if we did a Tarzan movie or something.
He wore them, for certain movies. So these are the leopard shorts.
Yeah, they got the shorts and the cape.
With a matching leopard cape. So
crazy?
When there was like a jungle movie, like a Tarzan movie or something, he would wear the leopard cape.
And I think the coolest thing is that about this whole thing is that he sent us in this box
marked Halloween.
That may be his actual handwriting, which is wild. This is Superhost storage box, and it says Oh, Lizzie's Toys. That might be actually somebody else.
Yeah.
They might
Maybe they reused
actually, you know
it.
what? They may have just reused the box
Probably
from their
just
house.
reused it.
This is from their house. That's not a soup box then.
But then there's
What else we got in there? It's all capes.
There's like an orange one for Cleveland Browns.
Yes, and there's a green one.
There's like a green one for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, and then a camouflage one. They showed a war movie or something.
Yeah, for any war movies they would play.
Which
this
was
is like
very
a
rare.
camo cape.
Yeah, they never really played straight movies. It was all they always played horror and sci-fi movies. And so a war movie would be out of, you know.
And then there's even like a gold lame one.
Yeah, what is that one? I wonder what you were. Maybe
so
a space thing.
I don't know. Maybe for an outer space.
I don't know.
But it's just so cool.
It's a box of goodness.
And that he wore these for the movies that were a little different or for specials. Yeah.
And I would hold out and hope that an episode would pop up somewhere that someone taped back then where he was wearing one of these capes. But that's going to be even more rare than just finding a random Superhost episode on tape. So, but we know that they're his. We got that sort of. We have I guess his authentication.
Yeah, he did write us a little letter, and that was like a month or so before.
Amazing
passed,
stuff.
Unfortunately.
So we're doing our best to actually, we could do a whole night on just some of the collectibles or the things.
We're starting to collect memorabilia like our friends Joey Vento from the Haunted Barn Museum.
Yeah, and then we talk about that. What about the ghoul stuff we got? We got lots of ghoul stuff in the studio.
Yeah, there's. I mean, we might have to just show a few things here and there.
We were able to go pick from the ghoul set in when he was in Cleveland. This is plugged in still. This thing.
Oh, the light bulb's burned out. But it's a bottle of Ghoul Brew.
It's real dirty.
And someone turned it into a lamp.
Yeah, it's got some 20 years of sitting in a warehouse. But yeah, this is from the Ghoul. I'm sure they probably use it in a bit. This definitely is on tape somewhere. I taped a lot of Ghoul episodes from the early 2000s, late 90s. So that might pop up in there. We have a helmet. Where'd that helmet go?
It's actually over there. One of my mummies is wearing it.
Oh, don't worry about it.
So yeah,
yeah, you can grab that.
Okay.
This is something the Ghoul wore on the air. You know what? I'm sure.
With the socks and everything.
It's missing.
Yeah, the top part broke. I think it had a skull on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to find one. Because, like I said, I taped a lot of those episodes when he came back to Cleveland in the late '90s, and I'm sure I could find one where he's wearing this hat and see what the heck was on there. It's broken because it's probably got thrown around and beat up, but it's got the white
Kate,
socks.
Thank you.
Thinking
of Earl and the Crypt Kitties. Aww.
That's very sweet.
You are awesome. Thank you, Miss Kate.
Earl says thank you as well. It looked like something could have been mounted on the back here too. So, yeah, that makes me just want to go back and watch old Ghoul episodes and see if I can find this stuff. But we have a lot of stuff from him.
Jeffrey says, "I'm happy you're keeping the memory and love of the pioneer days of television turn blue."
That's what it's all about. I mean, we're here because of that. I don't think we'd have the Mummy, the Monkey, or anything. A lot of these horror hosts wouldn't be here if it weren't for these people. You know, all around the nation. You know.
Is Manos one of the choices? LOL.
No, we didn't.
Okay, my gosh.
No, because I think
that's a bad movie. But enjoyable still.
But we showed that, and I put sound effects in Manos. So here are the two movies we want to just put out there.
So we'll do an online poll on Facebook and I think on YouTube Community. They have a social media part on there too. Right. So Plan 9 or Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things.
Plan 9 from Outer Space or Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Those are the two movies that
Those are both movies that we've hosted in the past,
once.
But we've never played them with Grimm's sound effects.
Right, I'll go back, I'll Grimm Gorriize them, throw a whole pile on the stuff.
Yeah.
You know? We'll interact with it, probably see some Mummy and Monkey appearances in there. John Saxon will be all up in it. All that, the way we do,
Yeah, so we can have John Saxon in the movies.
So let's see.
We should put us in the movies and Earl too.
So we already got one for Plan 9.
Go all out with it, Grum. Oh, Late Horse Show says, please, children shouldn't play with dead things.
I knew he would say that.
Oh, yeah, both are fun movies. By fun, I mean, they're great to watch.
Jeffrey Arnett says, love the Ghoul. Somewhere I have autographs of the Ghoul and Sir Graves Ghastly.
Ooh.
We received, now we have those too.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, one day, this is a thing, because get those autographs we just got sent. A couple years ago, someone that we know gave us his childhood 8x10 autographs of Superhost and Sir Graves Ghastly. that he got. He said, he wrote in and they in the
Sir
early
Graves
70s.
Ghastly's from Detroit.
Yeah, and Sir Graves Ghastly, they actually what do they call it, like what do you call it? Syndicated his show. So they would show it here on Channel 43
Yes.
in the early 70s for
a little bit.
It was on,
he wasn't on Cleveland TV very long, and yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have an official voting thing on Facebook, but we want to kind of get early ideas of what you're thinking about.
Yeah, because you guys will have to vote on social media, and then we see who votes. And
it looks like it's going back and forth.
I'm seeing
Plan 9 children, so 1 for 1. So just tonight we opened up a package from.
This is from Donna and Daryl. Yeah, Donna and Daryl Cox.
Yes. So he sent us.
They sent us
a stack, literally. I mean, there's like multiples of these are from his collection. So when you would go to, because they would film the Big Chuck and Little John show, the Houlihan and Big Chuck show, with a little audience, right? That would be in front of them. I mean, it may be about 20 people they get fit in there, maybe not even that many. But when you would go there, and I never got to go.
No, I never got to go either. But then later on, we met them at Ghoularty Fest.
But they would do this type of thing where they would give away little autograph cards. They would sign.
Oh, Soup signed the back of that one.
Whoa! And there's a Superhost signature on the back of this one.
I just now saw that.
I thought I was saying, does that say Superhost?
It says hi from Superhost.
Whoa!
Oh.
So we got a Big Chuck and Little John card with their signatures
with
and a
soup
Superhost
on the back.
Wow, some soup on there. When you said soup's on the back, I thought he was a stain. Another one of those. Another one of those. There's like multiple.
So we need to find a nice way to preserve them.
There's a Big Chuck and Little John one right there that's pretty sweet. There's one in here that I've never seen before. I have to show it to you. Look at this. These are all his from when he was a kid, he said.
Maybe some type of book with the plastic sleeves.
You can see there's tape on them and stuff. Here's a Little John. But the cool thing about this one is that it says Little John, and it says Houlihan and Big Chuck show. So this was an older one.
So that's before he was the co-host.
Right, and then 2 more of these.
So it was, Houlihan was still there.
There's a Houlihan and Big Chuck card.
Oh, and Houlihan signed the back, and Big Chuck.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, they signed the back of this.
Oh.
So this is incredible that people are sending us and giving us these things.
We're very grateful for all of this, and yeah, we want to preserve this stuff. For people to see. And when conventions do come back, when Ghoularty Fest does come back, when things are better, we definitely want to display some of this stuff and let people see like some little bits from TV history.
So Jonathan Ray has a good question. He says, you guys are that old or you heard about it? So, okay, so our characters are timeless, right? Janet Decay's very, very old. Grimm Gorri, nobody knows about him. But our alter egos, I can tell you that I am 51, so I grew up with the Houlihan and Big Chuck show right in front of the TV ever since I was 2. And I remember watching all those movies. The Ghoul I remember in the early 70s.
I remember the Ghoul when he was on Channel 55.
You're a tad younger in reality.
I'm a little bit younger in reality.
But you caught the tail end of the television years.
Mm-hmm. I caught the tail end of Saturday morning cartoons and movie hosts.
Talk about movie host stuff.
Well, I'm TV stuff in general. Like I caught just that Elvira when she was on cable. I used to watch that a little bit.
Well, we're talking about.
I know, but I'm talking about my TV memories.
But the TV's still on.
Okay, all right.
There's still television.
I still wanted to share that. Yes. Is that okay with you?
It's okay, but I thought we were trying to focus in on.
Yeah.
This person asked a specific question. Do you remember actual horror hosts?
Yeah, I used to watch Big Chuck and Little John.
We get that all the time.
With my little brother and my mummy.
Now,
and we would order pizza or get KFC.
So we have like Ghoularty T-shirts and stuff like that. We'll wear them around like to a yard sale or something or wherever, and you'll get people like in their 60s and 70s going, "How do you know Ghoularty? You don't know that,
Just because we weren't around for Ghoularty doesn't mean that we don't appreciate the history. And there's a lot of goth young ladies that wear Vampira T-shirts. They weren't around to watch Vampira on television, but they know of her and know that she was awesome.
Right, and Ghoularty was obviously big enough. I mean, I still am marveled at how big his presence was in Cleveland for just 3 years. To the point where they have a festival that's been going on over 20 years in his name. And when we do wear these T-shirts out, people, like, they turn into a kid again. They'll go, hey!
Their faces light up.
They'll go, oh my God, Ghoularty, I used to watch that. And you see their face just because they probably don't know you can get Gorri t-shirts online or at these conventions and that. Hey,
80s horror fan.
Another $2.
Wow, thank you. Thanks, 80s horror
Thank
fan.
you.
You're spoiling us. You got to stop that, or we'll get used to this.
Yeah, my favorite. Hey, I still have it somewhere. I saw the Ghoul back in the 80s, early 80s, I think, mid 80s, before he came back to, before he left Cleveland again, to go to Detroit. But he was at a Chick-fil-A at the Randall Park Mall.
The Ghoul was at a Chick-fil-A?
He was at and he was blowing off firecrackers behind the counter. It was
at
hilarious.
the Chick-fil-A.
At the Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
That's how the Ghoul was. Ron was like,
times were different
when
then.
he was the Ghoul, you got the Ghoul.
That's funny.
Yeah, Elvira, man, that 80s version, I loved that show.
Yeah, I remember her on cable TV a little bit as a kid, depending if we got the channel or not. The movies, she had the 2 movies.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff.
Yeah, Elvira. Whoa, what is going on tonight?
Wow.
Thank you. 80s,
Wow, thank
80s
you,
horror
80s
fan.
horror. Oh my god.
Yeah, we're a fan of yours now. Big time.
Wow.
That's
thank
very
you so
nice.
much.
Thank you. Remember the Ghoul at the Huddleston, at the Hudson Haunted House? Yeah, he actually did a Halloween special from there.
Yeah,
Maybe,
he made a lot of appearances at haunted houses.
yeah, the Hudson was one of his big ones. I think that Halloween special is actually out there. I know I have Channel 61 bumpers. They're just the raw show footage. There's no movie, but I bought them at a flea market. Someone was like duping these things, but they're cool because you can see it has the it says segment 2, part 1, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all the raw footage of several Ghoul shows, and one of them is the Hudson Haunted House episode. Again, there's no movie, but you could put together an episode if you get the movie. I got to get those to Jay. He needs to do something with those.
80s horror fan says, Monkey, who would win in a fight, you or Mighty Joe Young?
Oh, come on. He crushed me. He's a bigger guy.
Mighty Joe Young, he's pretty big.
Let's put it this way. It depends if I had a bath that week or not. Because I can kill him with my
So
phone.
do you think your smell would scare Mighty Joe Young away?
Yeah, flatten him right out. Flatten the big ape right out.
Oh, jeez.
Wouldn't stand a chance against my B.O.
He can get pretty ripe around here.
That's right.
I'm really glad we don't broadcast here in smell-o-vision.
I give that guy a KO with my B.O. How
there
about
you
that?
go.
All right. That's a good question. No one's ever asked me that before.
That's funny.
Now, we don't have anything from Elvira yet. That's something we can work towards.
We may have an autograph or some art from Sam Irvin, who's one of Elvira's friends. And we interviewed Sam Irvin before. He's also a film, I believe, director.
He directed Haunted Hills.
And he directed Elvira's Haunted Hills and then a bunch of, TV movies, too.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, he's a really nice guy. He's
Sam's
really
a
funny.
terrific man. He's great.
Yeah.
I was going to say, too, so our 100th episode, we're talking about that, and, we have some very interesting things planned. We have some stuff that's already in the can. It's going to be a little mind-blowing, I think.
Yeah, some special guests are going to be making an appearance for the 100th episode,
yes,
special celebrity guests. So
it's pretty,
I really want to say something, but I can't, so.
You can't, it's got to be, Mummy's the word.
Mummy's the word, it's
That's
a
right.
super special surprise.
I can't believe it, yeah.
Yeah,
so
we do have a few things planned, we're trying to, get everything ready for that.
Just besides us being there, of course.
And then we were asked by the Horror Host Hall of Fame committee to induct a horror host into the Hall of Fame. And we are going to be working on a video in the next couple weeks.
Yep.
We're not going to say who it is. Mummy's the word.
That's right.
But it will be broadcast virtually in the month of September.
Yeah, it's going to be a virtual the Horror Host Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Going to be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
We should have a Stasha family reunion. That's a good idea. Maybe we can do a social distance kind of a skit with everybody in a room. We got to think about that.
That would be funny.
Yeah, let's talk about that. That's a great idea, Lois. Because
the possibilities.
Yeah, I mean,
we do need to make a new Stasha skit anyway.
We get Stasha's aunt, uncle, Bubsha.
Yeah, we need to get her stacked in front of the camera.
Bobby Harvey wants to know. Asked me a very personal question. He goes, did you say something about doing new skits with your banana? Hey now.
Whoa.
Bobby Harvey Jr. I know. Yeah, well, I mean,
he loves to show off his banana.
I would love to do a skit with my banana and share it with the world. 80, what are you doing, 80s horror fan? Thank you, man.
Wow, thank you.
Oh, hey.
Were you in The Mummy Returns in 2001? No, I was not.
No.
No. But I do like even though those movies are cheesy, like the what's that actor's name? Brendan Fraser. Even though those movies are cheesy with him in it, they were still likable. They were good popcorn movies.
Jeffrey Arnett, we feel your pain, my brother. He misses Horror Hound Cinema Wasteland. I know.
Yeah, we miss all of our convention friends. We wish we could hug and high five all of you right now, but
you know it's for the greater good.
You know, the Rona and everything.
It's for the greater good, and if we just be a little patient and do diligent, and you know, do what we have to do to make this thing not go away, obviously, but to get it to where
get a better handle on it.
Yeah, I mean the powers that be that you know they can help just like they do the flu and everything else that we have to deal with out there. Once that gets to be, I say in control, but you know we go back to some of these things where we can you know and they cancel those obviously because they care about the people that go there.
There's a national health emergency.
They want them to be around for next year, so that's a good. That's a good idea.
We need our fans, our friends, our guests. You know, everyone going to these shows. We need them healthy so they can go to shows next time.
80s horror fan, thank you again, and good night to you, my friend.
Good night, 80s horror fan. Wow,
that was so sweet. I mean,
much appreciated, but totally unnecessary. Thank you.
Love Robot Man.
Robot Man? What's Robot Man? Is that a kaiju thing? Is that a movie, Robot Man?
Oh, I thought you said. So yeah, Bobby Harvey was not a fan of the new Mummy movie, and you're right, Bobby. It was bad.
The new Mummy movie was terrible. The one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I did not go to see it in a theater. I think I've done a rant about this movie.
You
before.
barely. I rented it from the library.
You got it for free from the library.
And you didn't even want to see it.
And I didn't even want to see it at first, but I'm like, well, I'll watch it with you.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm yelling at the TV and swearing, and I was just so mad because the movie was so terrible.
I thought the costume looked a little bit like one of your original costumes, which I thought was interesting.
I think she copied my look.
She didn't. The studio
designed it. The studio copied my look.
That actress had nothing to do with that.
I think they did.
She did.
But what bothers me is, like her hair looked cool, and the rags and the wraps looked cool.
Why'd she have all those tattoos?
Because she copied off of me. But the weird tattoos and the weird writing did not even look like Egyptian hieroglyphs.
It wasn't. I think there's
alien. It didn't
alien.
even look ancient Egyptian. Yeah, it looked alien.
I
didn't like it.
Well, they sort of suggested that with because the sarcophagus looked very odd. It didn't look.
It didn't even look like.
Well, I think they were trying to say that she's either from some other civilization that no one knew about on the Earth, or from outer space. They never say where clarified it.
It was too far of a.
But those kind of powers, though. I mean, she had. And her eye was splitting the two pupils and stuff like that. It was kind of weird.
I could not like that movie. I could not like it. I didn't want to pay to even go see it.
Oh, that's a funny joke.
Huh.
Tony's joke. Mummies don't swear, they curse.
Yeah, there you go. I cursed at the TV.
Oh, Brendan Fraser. They're talking about the Mummy. Yeah, Doom Patrol. We actually watched the first few episodes of that. We need to finish it up. I'm not a big Brendan Fraser fan.
He's okay in some movies. Like, there was a movie that came out in the 90s called Monkey Bone.
Yeah.
And that movie was weird and fun.
Yeah. And that was weird. To me, Brendan Fraser, looks like Chris Kattan on steroids. I don't know why. You know, the guy played Mango on SNL.
He's okay in some movies. I just,
Which I thought was weird because after I thought that, then I just randomly saw a movie that they're both in. Chris Kattan and Brendan Fraser are in some movie together.
Were they twins in the movie?
No, not at all. But I just thought it was weird that I thought that. And later on, a year or two later, I see them in a movie together. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway, Doom Patrol. Oh, Airheads. That's another comedy with Brendan Fraser. I don't like those.
Yeah.
I don't like those or like those Pauly Shore movies.
Gary Smith says the October Monster Bash was just canceled. Yeah, and I'm not surprised. I mean, it's just not a wise thing to do, in my opinion.
And just, without getting
it's
too...
more about safety.
In depth, your clientele is, above a certain age limit. And the guests are also that, older.
Yeah, and, some of those... A lot of the guests don't want to go because it's not... I mean, the airplanes are shoulder to shoulder. You can't stay 6 feet apart when you're on a plane.
Yeah.
It's
weird. It's just like, but it's a gamble though. I mean,
it's just too much of a risk for some folks. So.
But ultimately, these conventions can't do anything unless the state regulates it. And like Indiana, they just had, what do they have? Days of the Dead.
They had Days of the Dead,
but that's only because the state allowed that sort of with certain restrictions. they allowed a gathering like that, and that's fine. I mean, look,
Well, and even if you do that, then you can only operate at like half capacity,
right?
third
And
capacity.
Would it be worth it?
Would that really be worth it? It might have maybe like 10 people show up or something.
I don't know. I think they do fine, but it's not gonna. It's nothing like. Because you know how
it's not the same.
A real convention, and you can complain all you want about this person needs a shower, but you miss it now, don't you? You would love a nose full of some guy's BO that walked right by it just to be around everybody. It would be worth it.
I always wanted to go around and give out free deodorant samples to the stinky people at conventions.
Nah, but you miss it now. You would take the.
I don't miss the BO.
You would. You do.
No, but
Everyone
I
does.
do miss the fans, the friends. I do miss like visiting and taking pictures with people. I do miss that.
I'm making a point by.
I know you're making a point, but no, I don't miss that part.
So there's some conversations in here going about like who is the best mummy, and that was pretty neat. Yeah, Karl. I mean, come on, Boris Karloff. You can't.
Karloff.
Universal figured it out. Universal had
Karloff all day.
Look, we talked about this I think before, but I think the way Universal could have brought back the monsters is and I know it's sort of not a controversial thing, but if they just kept it, if they made these movies black and white or maybe kind of bluish looking.
Good night, Dino. Thank you.
Good night, Dino. But if they just got the the cojones to make something look totally different. That's out there, and not have Tom Cruise. Spoiler alert, when I saw that movie, I'm thinking, well, why would Tom Cruise be in a movie with another actor in it and he's not he's the mummy. He turns into the mummy. It's sort of at the end. There's a spoiler alert. You're not missing much. And then who was supposed?
Sorry,
okay, so Universal had that all set up that they have this new dark universe. And it was going to be Tom Cruise, ultimately the mummy. Mm-hmm. I think they had what's his name, Benicio del Toro, to be the Wolfman. Johnny Depp was Johnny Depp was going to be the Invisible Man.
That never happened because the Mummy movie tanked.
Yeah, and then that's what I'm saying. That
even if they started like making all these other things, it probably would equally suck.
And Russell Crowe was going to be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, it's just like it's not happening.
But I even heard a rumor too that if it wasn't Benicio del Toro or someone that was going to be the Wolfman.
Jeffrey says Janet is the best mummy.
There you go. I think they were talking about trying to get Dwayne Johnson to be him.
To be who?
The Wolfman. The Rock.
That could be interesting.
He could attack me anytime.
Jeffrey says, Janet, I recall small local library sci-fi cons would put bags of soap and deodorant along with their programs. Whatever works. Maybe some people are just so excited about going to the con and they forgot to put deodorant on that day.
Yeah, sure.
Or maybe they were like all sweaty and they sweated through the deodorant.
Like I said, I would take that. If that was the rule that.
Okay, well, if I had to choose between the BO and the Rona, of course the BO.
Right.
But I would prefer to have the conventions back and people shower. That would be really nice.
Well, yeah, you're right. And there was a Dracula movie, too, that came out that was supposed to be that one really sucked. Dracula...
a vampire movie that sucks.
Yeah, that was...
Bad joke.
They're saying a porn movie that blew, Anyway.
Grim, watch it.
I didn't say anything bad there. It's all,
Careful.
It's all play on words there. I know. I didn't say anything bad at all.
All right, guys. I think we should probably wrap this up. I'm getting tired.
I'm getting into it now. Butch Patrick.
Butch Patrick is awesome.
Jonathan Ray said, I met Butch Patrick on 2 occasions in Cape, I can't even pronounce that, Girardeau, Missouri, at the comic convention. Hey, let me show you something real quick, too.
Yeah, we met Butch Patrick a couple times and we interviewed him. He's super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really nice. And he's got the Munster cars. He's got, like, the Dracula's Dragster and then, like, that other car. He'll take them on tour and he'll make appearances. But it's a lot of fun. We met him at a comic book shop and then at, I think, Monster Bash or one of those other smaller shows. And, yeah, he makes the rounds. He's definitely nice to all the fans. I got the DVD of Vampire Sucks movie. Oh, there you go.
Now, speaking of monsters...
Yeah, speaking of monsters.
Check this out. So this is my latest acquisition we do our reselling stuff. And... here's something that I bought a bunch of stuff off of a friend of mine. And here's one of the things I got that I really wanted. It was almost a deal breaker if I couldn't get this. But it is from 1965.
This is cool.
A Munsters lunchbox.
That artwork is so pretty.
This is the real deal,
Can I
folks.
fan
Yeah,
it
please
for
do.
you?
Yep. And I recently got in the matching thermos.
Wow, there's artwork all over the sides too.
Yeah, there's Grandpa and then Herman digging a grave.
Wow.
Look at that. There
Look
you
at
go.
that. That's incredible.
That's the real deal, folks. Look at the condition of this thing. Is amazing.
It's like pristine.
No rust on it.
There's just like a few little dings.
Yeah.
But oh, look at Grandpa Monster.
Yeah, he's in there. He's making a batch of something there for the kids. Hey,
That's
hey, man.
so cute.
And then you got the matching.
Oh, and they're on like the front there.
Yeah, and
It's like there's artwork just all over this thing.
hanging around the house.
And then
the back.
ooh, look at this one.
And that matches this. That's the artwork from the
Ooh, that is so cool. So you've got this in your eBay store right now, Grim?
I just listed it today. It's a hefty price, but I need it.
Because it's super rare.
Yeah. These things in any condition.
Usually when you find them, they're all rusty and beat to crap.
Even beat up, they can sell for $100.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing else.
So this is super vintage and rare.
Yeah, I love this thing. It's almost hard to get rid of it, but what am I going to do with it ultimately? I mean, this is something that could help pay a mortgage bill and everything. So, but I want this to go to someone that's a huge collector. I like the Munsters and the Addams Family. I'm a more Munsters fan than Addams Family, but
I like them both, but the Munsters they're more funny. They're more comical, I think.
yeah, this is just a little more.
The Addams Family were more creepy.
Yeah.
They were creepy and kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky. The Addams Family. Da-da-da-da. Sorry.
You know that. Sing along. Here, let me put this up somewhere safe. I don't want it to fall or get dented.
All right. While Grim puts that away, I'm gonna check the comments. Bedtime for this bonzo. Good night, Jeffrey. Yeah, it's late for me. I need to go to sleep.
We're gonna hit that.
So we're going to wrap things up for now. But thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us. Come on, Grim, say goodbye. Say goodnight to the audience.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on the Mummy and the Monkey's
Hairy Scary Hangover.
Obviously, we were hungover tonight, but that's a good thing, though, because we can roll with you, rock with you all night long. So, hey, time to hit the hay. And we'll see you next time right here on the show, folks. Thank you for all the super chats and for being super fans. We love you. We'll see you next Friday right here. Same Mummy Monkey time. Same Mummy Monkey channel.
Good night, good fright, everybody.